All right, motherfuckers, let's do this.
All right. Let's get this over with. Happy Friday, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever this podcast may find you. It is me, it is I, it is yours truly, your MC of the evening, Gavin.
I feel like this is going to get longer every time.
It probably will, honestly.
It is I, the podcast dumbass, Justin.
And I'm the outcast, Jordan.
Hey! All right, so in the current theme of issuing out challenges to each other, which, by the way, we also invite you, all of you listeners, to partake in our challenges. So we have a challenge of 3 cars. There isn't really a price gap or a cap, but there is most certainly a regional restriction. We are talking about German cars. So, yes, we have chosen 3 cars that we would love to own at the same time, preferably, and have them all be from the land of Deutschland.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ja.
Do Hans and Franz agree?
Oh, ja. The Volkswagen so very fast.
Ja, hing dort
Unpimp the Auto.
Oh, yeah, the fucking...
Yep.
Deutschland in the house. Dude, I remember when that ad was, like, hot and
I
new,
know.
like, at the time. Like, that's when I started to get into cars. Was like
Oh,
when,
my God.
I'm not saying it had influence over me. However, it just happened to come out at the same time.
It influenced you greatly.
I mean, I've only driven Star cars, actually.
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
Fucking Subaru.
Yeah, dude, I'm this close, man. I'm this fucking close. By the time you all are hearing this on Friday, and a couple days after, my rear ending of my Subaru will hopefully start to get fixed.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to getting rid of that exhaust drone at 2,000 and 4,000 RPM. Yeah. I'm sure Jordan will too, actually, because Jordan tends to help out on camera car duty as of late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, challenge is 3 cars from Germany. We can, own them at the same time. There's no price cap. We're not doing a living situation one. This is effectively 3 dream cars from Germany, and we cannot repeat anybody else's car. And how we're going to kind of police that, we're going to do one at a time. So Gavin will say one, I'll say one, Jordan will say one, etc.
And
we'll
actually,
just go in
before we get too carried away with this, I'm going to create a document in my notes saying the title will be German Car Challenge. If I could spell.
Wait, why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they can submit their answers if
Justin?
they would like to respond?
So, you can get at us on Exhibitionist Speed at Facebook. We have Instagram, either one of those. You can DM us directly. If you're old-fashioned and love to email, because that's old-fashioned now, apparently.
Old people.
You can try to hit us up at mailbag.eos @gmail.com. Any one of those will get directly to us, or as always, if you know us directly, you can DM us because somehow you know us, which is weird.
Yeah. Shout out to all the MU fam. Looking forward to seeing you all in LA, in Thousand Oaks, at MULA 3. Super stoked and looking forward to that. Hopefully Jax can get his act together and get tires on that Cayman so then I don't have to fucking rent a car on Turo.
Hopefully Andrew Casey can actually make it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing that, dude.
All of those things for sure.
Yes.
Don't bring your stinger. I will hunt you down and I will beat you.
I mean, you'll probably see him even though he won't bring a stinger. So.
I know, and I'll be
And
angry
then
because
we'll
I
just
want to
hope
see
for a
another red stinger.
non-mediocre weekend.
Love you, Andrew. Damn.
Setting your expectations real high there.
If you never set them high, you're never disappointed.
That's true.
That is a terrible, terrible mentality. Instead of reaching for the stars, you're reaching for the roof.
Yeah.
Reaching for the ground.
If that.
I know.
Yeah.
The roof is a stretch, literally.
Yeah. Literally.
Anyways.
I'm sore as all hell today. Yeah.
Reaching for the roof.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So
Well, Justin, let's have you lead.
this is going to be a little interesting one because it's a car that not a lot of people love. But it's, for some reason, one that has always stuck with me. It is a P car. It is a Porsche.
What?
Sorry, everybody. The pause was because
I'm
Gavin
fucking
just had a
shook
seizure.
right now.
It's not the Porsche that anybody thinks of. I have always had a love.
914, 944,
Nope.
924.
914.
No, not a 914. No. A 928. A 928. It's a
S4?
Yep, a GTS 4, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's like tail end of the run.
Tail end of the
It's
run,
like 95 or
like
something.
Yeah, like 94 or 95
Yeah.
with the big wing.
Tits.
I mean, just kitted to the nines, and a completely factory. Which also I should mention is a caveat of this: they have to be completely factory.
Yeah.
And color-wise, I'm not super specific, but either way, I mean, just that car.
I could see it. What popped into my head first was white. Like
Yes.
cocaine white.
They have like cocaine white, and then they have like the really bright red, like the laser red.
Well, there's Guards red, which is
yeah.
a very famous red.
Yes. I think
There's
that's what it was.
also like that graphite
Yep.
sort of color.
That was on a lot of 928s.
Yeah, I knew someone that had a 928 in that color. He brought it on the Park City Car Club Southern Grand Tour, actually, with his son. Which
Yeah.
was super dope.
So the weird thing is that's a car I've always just, I don't know why, loved the lines of. I think I probably just loved it because it was a company making a random departure to put a front engine V8 car out.
I mean, they were trying to have that replace
Replace
the
the
911, and then the chairman of the board or whatever just walked in, and there's this famous scene that has been talked about by a lot of people for years. I don't know if you're listening to this, and if you don't know about this, back in the end of the 70s, basically when Porsche started making their second generation of 911.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it actually might have been the mid 80s when it was after that second generation, before the G body, and or during the G body, the chairman of the board walked in, and there's a sales chart with like their past 911 sales or whatever, 928 sales, and went to the 911 board, took a marker, and just drew it off the board, and said, "We're going to keep making the 911."
Yeah.
And here we are, all these years later.
And look which one still exists.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, though, the engine keeps on inching itself slightly forward.
Yes, it
Over
keeps
time.
becoming closer to mid-engined.
I mean, the race cars are mid-engine now.
Yeah.
Even the GT3Rs,
Oh, yeah.
they're technically mid-engine now. But that's
Yep.
neither here nor there. Okay. Well, we can do this clockwise or counterclockwise. Jordan, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
You want to do your first? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so I got to jot this down. So Justin is 928 GTS4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very solid choice, if I don't say so myself.
Also, the car actually is one last thing with Jeremy Clarkson at his whole little fantastic story he did on it when they were driving.
Oh, about racing, because he had a press car from Porsche,
Which was a 928.
which was a 928 back in the day, and his dad was in the hospital, and if Clarkson hadn't basically topped out that car on the freeway, he would not have made it to see his dad before he died,
Yeah.
which is super heartwarming and touching, and is actually a really great story and a great connection. And honestly, if I were in Clarkson's shoes, I would just go ahead and buy one.
Oh, yeah.
To remember, because I mean, I have this. My parents and I have the same way about watches. My
Mm-hmm.
dad bought that U-boat watch
To remember his dad.
to remember his dad, and so that's something that I could totally see Clarkson even doing even now.
I mean,
buying a 928.
Yeah, because it was that was the Argentina trip when he said
the
that
infamous
story.
Argentina trip with
And-
the Mustang and the Lotus Esprit Turbo.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, they go for, if price was a thing in this thing, I mean, GTS 4s are still
They're
they're
like
still in the
45.
yeah, they're
aren't
still
they?
30 to 50 depending on condition.
If it's a nice condition car, it's probably 45 to 55.
So
Depending if it's also sold on Bring a Trailer.
Yeah.
yep,
Bring a Trailer, that's like 60 plus.
yeah.
Oh, but those cars are nice.
Oh,
I mean,
Trailer.
that's the great thing about Bring a Trailer. They're all really good.
Yeah,
You're
on
not
brand
getting
trailers,
it.
You know you're not buying trash.
yeah.
No, the car is not really going to give you issues.
They're really particular for good reason.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah.
especially of that era of car. But I'm interested to see what Jordan has to bring to the table here.
This is interesting because we have no price cap and stuff like that, but all my cars are leaning towards like older era vehicles. Because when people are like, oh, no price cap, like instantly they're like, German, okay, let's do like the SLS AMG, let's do the like
Carrera
the
GT.
V10 R8 or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, let's do like a 50s era, like 300 SL Mercedes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, so hang on.
A solid call.
Like, so 300 SL.
300 SL.
Like, so are you taught? That is
like mid to late 50s.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
like
like 55 to
beyond.
59 or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. There was one that showed up to Park City Cars and Coffee once.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, and
Ooh.
so the guy that owns it, he picked it up.
He's making happy sounds over here.
He didn't even purchase it. It was his father-in-law's, and that was his only fun car.
Wow.
And when the father-in-law died,
He inherited it.
he and his wife inherited it, and this was this guy's only. He wasn't a collector. He wasn't a guy that had
The father-in-law or him? The one who inherited it.
I don't know if the father-in-law was a genuine car enthusiast, but the guy that owns the car now, or when I met him as of like a couple of years ago, that was the only one and only like fun car. That was it. He's not a collector. Doesn't own 250 GTOs or
Yeah.
What a hell of a
crazy-
car to own.
That's $1 million car.
Well, I remember.
Yeah, that's a hell of an inheritance.
Well, there was this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, so my on my dad's side,
Like price tag
his-
alone, that's just a rad thing to inherit.
Yes.
my father's mother, so his mom and dad, my dad's my dad's parents got divorced when he was like, I don't know, after he graduated high school, I think, or something. I don't know.
Gotcha.
And so his mom's husband at some point in life purchased an Apollo. Not a Gumpert Apollo, but like one of the old like 60s. Like you should actually Google this.
Okay.
I think it's like Apollo GT or something. It's like this weird car from the 60s. It had like, tractor like steering because no power steering, and the sports car. Those look like Ferraris. That's not what I don't think. Maybe just delete GT.
These things?
That's the
That's
same
literally
thing
what I
I
was just
came up
looking
with.
at. Apollo.
Okay.
Sports car
Bro, he's gonna come up with.
with Gumpert.
Yep.
Oh, that's definitely not it. Anyways, all of these are not right. Hold on. I'm going to give this one more shot. Vintage. What is this? Anyways, I actually saw the car.
Oh, really?
In a garage in San Jose after my dad's stepfather passed away, because there was this whole estate sale and like all this stuff and like things going down with the estate. So, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Where was I going with that? Oh, we were talking about inherited cars
Yes.
and like crazy shit like that. So 300 SL is your call. Is your pick.
Yeah, that's my first of three.
Okay.
That's a fucking tastic start.
What? So that's just like the fun. That's the fun car for you.
Oh, so we have,
we
have
don't-
categories now? That
I
we have to
mean,
fit
I'm
these
gonna
into?
I put mine in categories. You could daily that. I mean, that'd be fucking baller if you dailied it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. I'll daily that shit in the summer.
And then yours was the 928. That's the summer daily.
I'm not even really categorizing. I'm just choosing the three that I want.
Well, while we're on the subject of summer dailies,
Mm-hmm.
how about a summer daily that could also, when the time is right.
A bird scooter?
Oh, is there? Oh, am I crackling?
You're good now.
I don't think those are German.
No, they're probably all Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chinese
story of 2019.
Chinese / Silicon Valley.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the car that would most certainly be a summer daily that I would also drive on nice days in the winter / if I felt a little frisky.
Oh.
Drive in the wintertime with some snow tires. And that's
What colors do you paint your fingernails when you drive it in the winter?
Oh boy.
Black, red, and gold. Thank you very much, because it's the German flag. Duh.
Mhm.
Okay, what's the color?
It's a 964 RS America.
Oh.
Told you.
It's the
Yes.
ultimate version of the car that I grew up loving, and it's actually the car that's on my phone case.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Courtesy of Modern Livery. Shout out to Jay and Jamie of Modern Livery. Yeah, it's the ultimate collector's version of the 964, which is the car that got me into cars, and it's now a generation of air-cooled 911 that's super hot right now. It's also rear-wheel drive. It's not the Carrera 4 that is, their first four-wheel drive car. So, yeah, that's my call. Color-wise, I saw one in yellow recently online, and that looked very captivating. I would not do that. I would do the opposite of that and go white.
So the absence of color.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to get as close to like a linen on gray theme, because that's what my dad had, and that's the car I'd always wanted. So,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
get kind of like a cream colored.
Something funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or what about Nardo red?
That's a throwback to the last time Jordan was on the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, I get Nardo bread.
Hey,
Just
could be a
kidding.
thing, okay?
It could be.
It could
You,
be.
you should make it a thing. That's how you make millions, Jordan. That's
You
your
gotta
get rich fast scheme.
Yeah, I'll go to fucking Home Depot and pick a paint switch.
Oh my god.
This should be a car color.
No, I see just Jordan mixing for
Sherwin-Williams.
mixing for months on end different types of chemicals, formulas, and all this shit. Finally, just goes up to like Audi and just like, here's this color. Oh my god! How did you design this? It was in my garage from Home Depot.
Yeah, for the HDTV home special colors.
Okay, well, let me update this list so then I can move on to Justin. My cursor's being all fucky. 964 RSA. All right, so we have two P cars and a Merc.
Yeah.
So where do we move on from here?
So this one would kind of be the it would kind of be a little interesting. This would be we'll call it the daily, effectively, the regular town runabout, and that would be a car that I've driven. I've actually dailied one for a while. Well, a similar type of car that wasn't mine for a minute, but a 2001 to 2003 Audi S8 Plus. So a D2 S8, the 4.2 liter V8, which is 360 horsepower.
So I see you as well are a classy bitch.
Yes.
Good
Fair.
to know.
So having dailied one of those for an A8, same chassis, just less suspension.
Not the
function.
S8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But same chassis and car, just different suspension stuff.
Is the motor the same?
Mm-hmm. Heads are the swap on the motor, but
That
the
makes
actual,
sense. Yeah, the bottom end, rotating assembly is all the same.
It's 340 versus 360 horsepower, so not a huge gap.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's the same engine that was in my C5 S6. Same exact engine, just with different heads and cams.
Gotcha.
So
not the same engine.
Same bottom end. Okay. Same 4.2 liter base.
Cool.
Same
Same block, same crank
Yeah.
and pistons.
But having dailied
Or
it
rods.
an A8 in similar fashion and driven a couple of the S8s of that same generation, it's the very tail end of older luxury that wasn't overgrossed with technology yet.
Yeah.
Because it was still just simple. It was just a radio. You could get the most basic bitch nav system you could ever imagine, but like you didn't need to.
It's so dated.
Yeah, you didn't need to. There's no point in it. But it's just a radio, beautiful climate control, awesome, voluptuous heated seats, just cruises down the road with just no noise in the cabin. And the crazy thing is, with the A8 I was dealing, I was getting damn near 27 miles per gallon because the drivetrain rear end with the gear ratios, you were at 80 miles an hour cruising in the freeway. You were practically damn near to 1,500 RPM.
Damn.
Really?
I mean, it takes modern cars the equivalent of an 8-speed ZF in order to get that now. I think the Hellcat that we had was at around 1,700 RPM at 80 or 85.
That's crazy. I thought my car was doing well, but damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because it's a cruiser. That's what it's meant to do. And so like they had the 5-speed with very spaced ratios and an extremely low ratio rear end. I mean, it's just what it was. And I mean, just I love that before luxury started to mean technology.
Yeah.
Because that's,
well, luxury, and there's been other people doing podcasts on this very subject.
Yeah.
But luxury doesn't actually necessarily mean wood grain or high quality leather or technology or functions or whatever. Luxury can mean a lot of different things. I actually can consider there are luxurious aspects to my Forester because I can drive, for the most part, within, civility wherever the fuck I want, especially on a video shoot where I can just park my car on the side of a cliff and not worry about hitting an oil pan.
Yeah.
I have...
That is a luxury you're afforded with it.
Exactly. Yeah. That is a luxury. A lot of people, associate luxury with, sat nav and Bluetooth and heated and cooled seats and heated steering wheels or whatever.
Which, granted, those are nice features.
They are delightful. Cooled seats on a summer day.
Get at me. My next truck that I'm buying, definitely having that.
Yeah.
Those are effectively luxuries.
I would say that the two best luxuries to come from modern cars recently is radar cruise and cooled seats.
Yeah.
Two of the...
like in your Stinger, those are the two things that are must keeps for me personally.
Your Stinger had radar cruise?
Oh yeah,
it was great. Yeah,
it was probably
awesome.
Right up there with some of the best systems I've used. I was surprised. Really? The one on my Toyota is a little. I mean, it's basic.
Yeah.
But honestly, having used Audis and even Teslas with Travis's Tesla, it was right up there with them. Smooth and responsive.
Okay.
We need to drive that other Model 3. By the way.
Gotcha.
That's something... We have a blue one that we can totally drive whenever we want.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyways,
but second gen.
But yeah, so that's the nice, luxurious waft around town or across the continent daily.
Yeah.
Because that is practically what that's meant to do, is waft across continents with ease while having tea and brandy in the back, because it literally had wine glass mounts.
Just like a Rolls Royce.
Just class.
Just like a Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
Does Rolls Royce count actually for this because they're owned by BMW?
I was actually thinking about Mini as well because they're also owned by BMW. Sure. I think we stick to like the brands that
are
came
German.
From.
Yeah, Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche.
Did you hear about the RS7 or A7 that they did for Japan, where it has in the back it has a rice cooker?
Yes.
Yes. For sure.
I'm like, is that real?
There's also a video that's been circulating around, especially in the watch groups that I'm in. There's someone that is walking through a very busy part of Tokyo, and they have their watch, and they open up their crystal, like the bezel, and there's like a little like rice and like sushi, and like a little like meal like in their watch, and they have little chopsticks, and they eat it.
Jeez.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Fucking Asians, dude.
Oh, dude.
Love them, but god damn it. Jordan just has his fucking head in his hands right now.
Jordan has been derailed.
Anyways, were we going to talk about cars?
Yeah.
Am
I up then?
Yes.
It is your go.
Okay. Next one. I'll kind of progress upwards in timeline.
Okay. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy to do.
Yeah, starting from the 50s. Next would probably be like an 80s E26 M1 BMW.
That's a good call.
There was one.
Oh, that's a good call.
One of my debates was either the S8 or an E28 M5. Is
By the way,
M5.
Side note: I saw an '80s 733 I today. Walking, I had time to kill while my estimate was happening, so I walked over to a coffee shop and walked around my neighborhood where my flower shop is, and I actually have of course, because it's me, I snagged a picture of it.
Wait, I did see that, the black one.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Did you see this, Justin? Here.
Yes, I saw your picture. Yeah.
I mean, that's
my gosh.
Yeah, that's very clean.
Holy
super nice.
Shit.
Just like, who are you and how have I not seen this car driving around before?
Yeah.
Super clean. Super clean. That's not a choice of mine, but dope car, sir.
Yeah.
Also with their taco.
Oh, did they have one of those too?
They had a taco.
Yeah, they did in front of it.
Anyways, M1, very solid choice. What color would it be?
Probably orange.
It's a good call. A lot of them were either orange or black, right? Or white.
There's some white ones in there, yeah.
Yeah. Or just put PPF over the entire car and make your own art car.
No.
No? Oh,
No.
okay. That's what I'd do, at least.
I guess if we're gonna do colors, then the 300 SL would probably be.
Well, most of them were silver.
I would probably do it in like a darker like gunmetal gray.
Ooh, okay. That'd be
with like a silver flake
menacing.
in it.
Okay.
Like a very subtle flake though, not like anything
subtle
overpowering.
but gold flake.
No, silver flake.
Silver flake. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Rad. Okay. Well, my next car will serve as. I kind of have, if I'm being honest, as of this point, before someone steals my shit,
Okay.
I have 2 sports cars and a grocery getter.
Okay.
Okay. Gonna move on to my other occasional summer. Like I'll drive it on occasion just to keep the fluids and gaskets happy.
Gavin's second 3P cars.
It's not a P car.
Okay.
But it's going to mostly be the winter daily.
Okay.
I'm going first gen Coupe Quattro with the box flares.
That's
all Walter Roll status.
Mother.
I just totally stole your shit. I just stole your shit. I'll get it in white too.
God, you're such a bitch.
Because you know that 2.25.
I knew I should have said that one first and left the other two that I just said till Ed because I knew you fuckers wouldn't even have said those first two.
Probably, honestly, yeah. But I'm going for it. I'm going for my Walter Roll Coupe Quattro.
All right,
because those were like what 250 horsepower more or less out of the gate.
Yes, somewhere. Yeah, right around there.
200 to 250,
Yeah.
just enough that has a little bit of character, and it just looks the fucking business. So that is mine.
It's a good winter daily.
Right?
It's more. That's kind of why I settled on the S8 too, because there were several I was debating between for that. One of which was like the Audi 200 Avant that I owned, like similar type of like all-wheel drive, big car, good cruiser, great for just everything.
Well, it's funny because my summer and winter dailies are both still stick.
Yeah.
Which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah, right now I'm at 1 stick, 1 automatic.
Yeah.
Because they did not sell the S8 or the S6 in manual.
Nope.
So, well, and this third spot was a debate I was going on for a minute. I was sitting here like, damn, I want something that I can haul shit in, tow shit, and go off-road. But when you're German and putting those monikers on it, you get pretty limited pretty fast.
You basically get a G-Wagon.
No.
We're talking about off-road, but I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
Can I call it out?
Go ahead.
RS2 Avant?
No. You're not going to tow with an RS2.
You can't tow with that?
You could. I mean, in Europe, you tow with anything you have, just because
Sure.
they don't really have trucks.
Sure.
No. This is way the opposite direction of where you went.
Are you talking Unimog?
Yes.
Of course you are!
Yes.
Mercedes Unimog.
And I'm talking an older Unimog. So I mean, one that like 30 miles an hour is the end of the world.
Gotcha.
You know, one with the pickup bed. Just literally, if I want to go to traverse a damn mountain, they sold from factory track kits for those damn things. So literally, just have the factory track kit that I can switch around to and yeet a mountain with a Unimog.
Yeet a mountain.
Yeet!
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's just the cool thing is you can get you can get it with crazy campers and stuff on. I mean, just like crazy built out. But like in reality, I would just want simple one, single cab dual cab with the bed on the back, so I just multi-purpose whatever the hell I want, and then have the original set of tracks that you could throw on to do whatever you want. I mean, literally. You talk about a do-anything vehicle, it's do anything besides go fast.
It's not about going fast, it's about going everywhere.
Up a tree if I wanted to.
Be like, you see that wall? Yeah, we're going to go up that.
It's like, literally, you see that big-ass tree over there? Diff lock 1, diff lock 2.
Yeah.
Idle
Have
up.
I talked about the Sherp on the show before?
You've mentioned it, I think.
Have I? Okay.
I don't think on the show, but you've mentioned it to me.
The Sherp is... I think the original one actually came from Russia, but there's these guys in Minnesota that make a thing called a Sherp.
Okay.
That for $125,000 or so, they will make you a thing that will go literally everywhere.
Yeah.
You can drive through lakes, like frozen lakes or water lakes, or go up hills and like drive over. Like they actually on one of their demos, they took a stack of like tree logs and they like a triangle and they drove like over that. They have a central inflating system for their tires.
Yeah.
Which they use, and this is fucking great, they use the exhaust to inflate the tires.
That's awesome.
So when you inflate them, you just like basically divert a valve from the exhaust and goes into the tires. And then when you need to deflate, just black smoke, just out.
Huh.
So it's fucking wild. The top speed on it is like 27 miles an hour. It's like a 44 horsepower motor. However, the range on this thing, it runs on diesel.
Yep.
The range on it is
1 million miles.
It's 2,800 miles.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So if you have
how many gallons is it? Do you know?
I don't know the gallons, but yeah, it has like 2,800 mile range. So if you like have the zombie apocalypse on your hands, the Sherp is like the way to go.
Yeah.
You can like sleep in it and like live in it. It's fucking crazy.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah, Farrah just drove it on a one take like a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you the video.
That's it. Oh no. No. There it is. Yeah, just like set up like just like that.
That's the business. Going up that sand dune like that?
Oh, yeah.
Shit. For those that are listening, this is a Unimog. Is that a flatbed? Or that's not a flatbed. But
it's the kitty's titties. That's what it is.
It's more or less this same
that's
setup.
actually like a dump bed.
Yeah, it's like a dump bed. But this same
Wouldn't
setup.
that be the ultimate detail rig for you, honestly?
That would be badass.
That'd be so dope.
I mean,
I could see you with like a street camo wrap on it or some shit like that.
Like,
Have
would you
your
do
logo on
digital
it.
cam?
Digital camo?
It would be like old school camo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be what color would it be based off of? Beige?
I think I would go with sand camo.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Actually, I know. Ironically, since you were talking about climbing a hill with one and whatnot, so I know somebody that owns one, and the older ones are hilarious to hear run because it's true old school diesel. There's no turbo. There's nothing like that, and it's just simple as fuck. And so when it's
tractor,
when it's running, it sounds like there's just a man with a hammer inside the engine, just going clang, 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 constantly. It's just so obnoxious and loud,
Sure,
because it's old diesel that will run and never die.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay,
whose turn is it? Is
Jordan.
Okay. Yes, it is.
All right,
Wait,
I'm gonna
hold on.
Okay,
I have to
Unimog.
Unimog.
Which actually, fun fact, I just found out by like looking through this a little bit. The Unimog and the G-Wagon are the 2 longest produced vehicles in history.
Really?
The Unimog actually
Yeah.
beats the G-Wagon.
It does. 'cause
Ironically,
the
both
G-Wagon
Mercedes as
started
well.
in what, the 70s?
And this started in, I think, the late 50s.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if like the geometry or architecture is still shared. Well, actually, hold on, because the fucking Jeep Wrangler has a lot of shit from the original have been produced since the 40s.
Yeah.
Like 1947 until like basically until the JK, I think.
Unimog production started in 1948.
Okay.
So.
Well, Willie's Jeep were I mean they pride themselves on 1947. So I mean it's all in the same shit. It's all the same time era.
Yeah, and the Willys is a separate Jeep model from the Wrangler, and entirely. Like those old ones, they're they're both Jeeps.
Yeah. Some people would put them in the same camp.
Yeah.
But
the 2-door Jeep.
Sure.
Sure.
Jordan, what is your final answer?
All right, I'm gonna go a little bit more practical. It's gonna be, since I got a couple that are not really daily driverable year round.
Okay.
I would love to see you slide with the doors up and open, your Gullwing in the snow. That would be so dope.
Oh yeah, that would be cold.
They'd be worth it for a photo
Well,
shoot.
since we have unlimited amount of money and I have fuck you money, then that means I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want then, right?
Yeah, pretty
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well then, yeah, sign me
And
up.
you also know a detailer, so
Yeah,
much.
great.
Yeah, exactly. We're good.
Yeah, cool. All right, then, yeah, sign me up. All right. This next one for me is kind of a toss-up, but since I already have a Mercedes and a BMW in the lineup, I'm going to go Audi on the third
Okay,
one.
Balance. I like balance.
Because it would have been a toss-up between another Mercedes and a BMW, or between this Mercedes
Audi and-
or the Audi.
Okay.
Yep.
SQ7.
SQ7.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Practical. I can do a little bit more thing. I can tow things with
Was
it
that
if
the
I want
302
to.
motor in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I could tow things if I wanted it. Those things actually have a pretty damn good payload.
Not bad.
I could go on trips with it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Tow boats or
Yeah.
fucking
But-
ATVs
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, boats and hose.
Boats and hose.
Yeah, and actually on that note, another crazy one I thought of, it's in the same boat, because it was the Q7's original little brother, was the V10 TDI Touareg.
Yes,
Yeah.
that heinously unreliable shitbox.
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing
They also
is,
did make a TDI
I thought about-
Q7.
I thought about going Volkswagen with that third one too, but I said, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
just like the redhead stepchild of fucking Audi.
Basically, some versions.
except
for, sure.
Except for they own Audi.
except for the fact that Audi came from
Yeah.
mergers that were then owned by VW, and
Wait,
Right.
VW
because there were
long
the four
predates it.
companies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Auto Union all merged together, and
Yeah.
but Volkswagen's like 3 times as old.
True.
It's just,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's weird.
So if anybody's a bastard stepchild, Audi, we all love you.
Yeah.
Well, and it all started from Ferdinand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was like, I guess Audi's like the preppy rich kid that went to college but couldn't afford to pay his way out, so Volkswagen had to bail him out, kind of thing.
Volkswagen was mom and dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Like-
boy.
And then Porsche is just like the fun uncle.
Yeah, exactly.
We just totally dissected those
Yeah.
companies
And
in a
then,
matter of seconds.
And then the BMW's like the hot stepmom with fake tits.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, the hot stepmom that comes in like later.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rolls Royce is her mom.
Yes.
That's
Good for her.
That's effectively the guilt.
Good for her.
Oh man.
Anyways, well, I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been taken yet. But so
Okay.
I need a practical vehicle because I own 2 sports cars at this point.
Not surprising, but yes.
This is not a Porsche
Good.
directly.
Okay.
It is something that I'm surprised Justin hasn't taken.
Is it the one you just asked me about a minute ago?
It is. It's the RS2 Avant.
Good.
And I was going to say that, actually.
3 cars that are all manual. I got a sick-ass wagon with a 5-cylinder turbo that is engineered by Porsche.
You know what's
What
weird?
up?
Yeah.
Is out of all the cars...
I was going to say, an S2. That was going to actually be one of my guesses, or my cars, but I said, oh, fuck it. I need something practical.
That's awesome, because I think the irony is I think this is like the third challenge in a row. I mean, well, actually, we'll say second challenge, because last week's a little bit different, but that I haven't chosen cars that I actually buy.
What does this mean, Justin?
This means...
That you're buying the wrong cars.
No, this means that my taste is far too broad, and I'm doomed to bankruptcy.
Possibly. Very
Yes.
possibly. Well, I mean, this is a hell of a lineup of cars that we've got here, because we have Justin over here in the northeast corner with the 928 GTS 4. We have a D2 S8, and we have a motherfucking Unimog. And then in the southeast corner of the table, we have Jordan with the 300 SL Gullwing, a BMW M1, and an SQ7.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have myself, yours truly, with a Porsche 964 RS America and a couple of Audis.
Well, and yeah, it is a hell of a lineup. And I think the interesting thing with any list is you always have people that shout out, "Oh, it's stupid, I want to change that." Well, great. Yeah, if you want to shout out and say that, please do. Like, we're curious to hear
Yeah,
what other
if you
people's
see
opinions.
holes in our lineup, I mean, please feel free to inbox us or slide into our DMs or send us an email. Email is and always has been and probably will be mailbag.eos@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad because we didn't just end up mentioning our cars. We ended up mentioning kind of our runner-ups several times. Like things we were choosing between.
Well, and I have a couple of different runner-ups as well.
Yeah, and then the reason I say that's good is because
We have time. We can talk about them.
it's quite difficult to decide. Like, just 3 cars from Germany. It really is.
From one of the greatest countries to create
Vehicles.
automobiles of all time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've mentioned, like, V10 TDI Touareg would have been a great all-around daily,
When it
vehicle that
works. When your mechanic is on retainer.
I own the mechanic. I'm a rich bitch. That's the whole point of this, is that there wasn't
I guess
stigma.
He's a live-in mechanic.
Yeah, I bring it back every day, and he just starts tinkering with it to make it work for
so
the
you know
next
how
day.
millionaires have a guest house?
Yep.
He lives in the guest house.
Yeah, he has his own house on my property.
Yeah.
And
The caretaker's house.
exactly. I mean, and even then, I also mentioned that my 91 220 valve Avant, one that I have actually owned, would have been a good runner-up to the S8, but I just felt like at least one car I wanted kind of that upper echelon of some luxuriousness about it. And
Absolutely.
quietness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Jordan, what were your runners up, if you had any?
Well, Gavin took one of them, which
Yes.
was the Audi.
That wasn't even a runner-up for you.
No, that was straight up just in my lineup.
Yeah. So you did well for under the pressure.
Middle of the game resync.
Yeah, and then the other, I guess, runner-up for the third car would have been the Mercedes GLE,
Oh, nice.
like the V8 bi-turbo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, comparable vehicle
Yeah, absolutely.
as far as like size and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd round it out with an Audi instead of doing 2 Mercedes in it.
That was
It
kind
seems more you
Yeah,
have the Audi in there. Just
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
It's a little more honest. No, my if someone else had fucking taken the RS2 Avant,
Yep.
I would have just gone with the V10 twin turbo RS6 Avant.
Nice.
Because
Yep.
honestly, that's the fucking one to have out of the entire RS6 Avant family. The twin turbo V10 is clearly the winner.
And ironically,
Yep.
the rarest out of all of them. They produced
Yeah.
far more of the early 4.2 twin turbos.
I would get one in like the. I could make a Jordan joke and say Nardo blue, but no, Nagaro blue.
Yes, that's
That really beautiful blue.
oh
That's the fucking tits.
That is one of the best colors to be created from Audi.
And I thought before coming up with 964 RS America, I thought about a 2.7 RS 911 as just a fun sports car, canyon carver, cruiser, whatever.
Yeah.
Not anything necessarily serious. But then I'm like, 964. It's got to be a 964, right?
Yeah. No, ironically,
For me.
when you just before we started the podcast, when you were out and about around the corner,
Yes.
I was joking with Jordan about
It's going to be a 964.
should we steal his car because it's going to be a 964.
He's like, we should just claim all the vehicles that he would pick.
Oh, fuck. You maniacal bastards. God damn it.
Hey, I mean, you surprised me. I knew there was going to be a 964. I pretty much was like, it's probably going to be a 964.
Yeah.
But then what else is the mystery? So.
What the hell is that? That sounds like a snowplow.
It sounds... I don't know if y'all can hear us.
I can hear it, yeah. On the
You hear it in the
headphones.
headphones? That's something that sounded like a snowplow, probably a skateboard of some...
No, that was way too
No,
loud to be
way
a
too
skateboard.
loud.
Do you think that was a
I-
V8 of some sort?
Something very rumbly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe maybe they're getting some training.
Can you identify that sound on the US podcast this week?
Mailbag.eos at gmail.com. Well, gentlemen, it's been great. Thank you for coming over and drinking with me. Well, at least one of you.
Not me.
All right, fine. It was me.
That's some good shit. And yes, if you have any better answers for our little lineup, for our German lineup, yeah, hit us up. Fucking Exhibition of Speed podcast. Mailbag.eos at gmail.com. Exhibition of Speed on the Facebook. Guess what? We're also on Instagram. Gavin Paquette on Facebook. Justin McIntyre. Jordan Desjarnette. Have some fucking fun spelling that last name.
Yeah.
As far as mine too. But yeah, no. If you have options for us, let us know, and maybe we can critique ourselves and come up with better answers next time.
Or we'll just say, no, you're an idiot. I chose mine.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, this is
probably
our
what'll
show, so
happen.
obviously we're right. So
Yeah.
Well, duh. We're the ones with the microphone.
yeah.
I know. By nature of the fact that I said it, it's right.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
But yeah, no, thank you all for joining us. And yeah, just like I said, if you want to follow our content, our most recent video is still the Focus RS.
Yep.
I actually need to hit up our GT3 friends and try to slay something for September.
I know.
If not, I think Megan with a TTRS is pretty fucking down. She seems like a down-ass chick.
Yep.
She's pretty rad. I just did a photo shoot with Megan Laylock. Shout out to you. She works at Rally Sport Direct and makes magic happen. She has this amazing, it's basically a mixture between an orange and a red TTRS.
Oh.
Such a beautiful car.
Yes.
Actually, that would have been the car to shoot today with like
Yeah.
the really orangey light happening.
Yep.
Yes.
That
That's
would've been the
exactly
car
what
to-
I was thinking today.
Yeah, I was thinking that while we were up there, actually, but that's neither here nor there. Happy Friday, everyone. The weekend is almost here. And so with that said, we will talk to you next week. Until then, I have been Gavin.
I have been Justin.
And I have been Jordan.
All right, we'll see you later. I need to go fucking take a fucking nap, like an 8-hour nap.
Bye.
Okay, bye.